Happy New Year, everybody. Yes, it's been a while. We have so many things to talk about, so let's just get into it. By the way, I'm recovering from a cold, so please bear with me, bear with my voice. Once again, happy New Year. I took a break during the end of the year last year. I should have told you guys about it, but I did announce it on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please do so. It is joy in purpose underscore. Please do so. I announced it on Instagram. And now we're back. Thank you for sticking with me. And I'm looking forward to this new glorious year. Let me do a brief introduction in case you're new to my podcast. Thank you for joining, by the way. Welcome to the Joy and Purpose podcast. I'm Lola, a doctor of psychology with postdoctoral training in neuropsychology. This platform is for meaningful conversations about purpose, career development, and mental health. Just a quick reminder, this podcast isn't a substitute for therapy. It is for educational purposes only. Thank you. So, like I said earlier, we have a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. I think I would like for us just to start out with the topic that I had in mind, and then I can talk about how that relates to me and my perspective in this new year, for this new year. So, I want to discuss what really matters, a simple reminder about life and relationships. This is the time where some people will talk about New Year goals and how to set the best goals and how to have the right intention and to plan your year so that you can accomplish everything that you set out to accomplish. I think that's amazing. I think that's fabulous. But I'm a little bit different. I think there are times that we will discuss that. And there are also other episodes where I've also talked about goal setting. So I might link that in the show notes. Please make sure you check that out. But today, I let's just talk about something different that is very, very important. I'll share my introduction first, and then you understand what I'm going to talk about in this episode. Most cultures have special ceremonies for births, weddings, and deaths because these moments make us reflect on life, its meaning, love, memories, and our next steps. So in life, when a new baby has been born, we have, every culture is different, but family and friends come around to celebrate the birth because it makes us think of new beginnings, someone that is getting to start their life, and we're looking to them grow up, make life choices, and grow up to be wonderful human beings. That's our wish for them. Weddings too allow us to reflect because we're reflecting on family, what is important. A new family has just been birthed, so to speak. They have just begun their journey. And death also makes us think, right? Because it makes us to reflect. That's, some people get to live a long life, and some people, their life is cut short, unfortunately. It makes us reflect about purpose, about legacy. Basically questions like, what am I doing with my time? What am I doing? How am I spending time with the people that I love? What is most important? And I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal, but when I was younger, I used to just be so curious about when someone would die. People they would begin to reflect, and it would look like people will make up their mind or they would change their behavior, but it won't last that long. So what am I talking about today? Let's not wait until death to really focus on what's important. And today I just want to focus on relationships. We are very busy. I know. I'm someone who has a doctorate degree. A lot of you guys have higher degrees, bachelor's degrees, master's degree. You have work whereby, it's demanding, you have to put everything on a calendar, otherwise you would forget. Life gets busy. And when we're young, in our 20s, our 30s, and 40s, 50s, 60s, during that age, especially younger, let's focus on younger, we have the energy So a lot of time we put that energy into our work, and that's important. And sometimes in this life, it feels like that's what I should focus on because you can it will yield rewards such as money, influence, power, status, and also fulfillment. Let's not forget that. But when it's all said and done, all we will have is our memories. This is not me endorsing bad behavior or laziness, but after all is said and done, we'll have our memories and how we made people feel. I just want to employ us to make time to reach out to people, to send them a text message, to call, email an old professor, a old supervisor, just check on people. Create time in your calendar to call people, to spend time with people, to celebrate people. Because at the end of the day, the way we impact them, the way we make them feel, that's what they'll really have. So, death has a way of making us to be reflective, but sometimes it doesn't last. So I believe this is my consideration for you, what I want you to consider. How about we just live our life with that mindset already in mind? I don't want us to wait till we have a wake up call for us to actually see people as important and actually value people. Yes, I understand you're busy. I understand that you are very, very busy. But, one of the things that I can recommend, like I said, I'm not putting myself on a pedestal. Whatever I share on this podcast, I'm sharing it to you, but I'm also sharing it with myself as well. I don't share anything that I haven't reflected on, sometimes for weeks, sometimes for months. So I don't share things that I just like, oh, it just came to me, unless I really feel led by God. But most of the things that I share, I would say 99% of the things that I share are things that I have actually meditated on, thought about for weeks, sometimes for months. I have had my outline ready for months. So, as we're talking about just relationships, I can employ you to maybe once a week you sit down. As you're planning for your week, you also plan on, what do I call this week? And I don't want us to just stick to text messaging, because sometimes that might be easier. Sometimes that might be the first step, but actually call people, talk to people on the phone, text them before you need anything from them, without needing anything from them. Sometimes people might be surprised, but it's just like, hey, I'm just calling to say hello, how are you? How's work? How's everything going? Spend time with people, go out to eat, invite them over, and just cherish relationship. I know sometimes we're so busy and we keep postponing, oh, I'll spend time with you, I'll call you, I'll spend time with you. Before you know it, the summer is over, winter time is over, time has passed, and we really didn't get a chance to spend time with that loved one or with that person. This goes also into like making new friends. We can, even with like our supervisors, our mentors, we can look at this in so many different perspectives. But I think we can plan for it. This week I'm going to reach out to 3 people. There are times when I'll go through my phone, then I'll pick maybe 3 people or so to send a text message to, a couple of people to call. There are other times where I go through my email addresses, people that I have their emails, so maybe professors, supervisor, and I just send them an update about myself, because at some point they cared about my progress, about my training, just to let them know this is what I'm doing with my life now. And a lot of times people are happy to hear from me. They always say that how it makes them smile. And I think this kind of if we implement this type of practices, it will make it easy even to ask for help when you do need it. It's not as awkward. So I know people are busy, and maybe you're the kind of person that you do reach out. It might seem like, do people care? I want to encourage you to not relent on doing this. Of course, you can have boundaries, but you will find your people. You will find your people. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I wanted to share as it relates to that topic. Maybe I can just share that when we reach out to people, we give room to encourage them because we don't know what they're going through. It gives us opportunity to share the love of Christ. It gives us opportunity to share a different perspective. We also help the person to realize what is important about life. And we help them to have maybe a change of perspective. And these are the ways that we build memories. You can share your accomplishment with them. Maybe it's a way to encourage their faith. They can also share theirs with you. So I guess I want to end already. I think I've said enough. I just want to challenge you. Reach out to someone new, someone that you haven't heard from in a long time, someone that maybe you've gotten a sense that they want to be left alone, but you can just send them a text message saying, I'm thinking about you and I'm praying for you. And make sure that you really are thinking about them and you really are praying for them. But I guess that's my challenge for you for this week. So it's the new year. I know you have a bunch of goals, and I know that this year will be a glorious year. There are so many prophecies that just have really encouraged me and have made me to believe that this year will indeed be a great year for all of us. But I want us to keep the things that are important forefront in our minds, in our hearts. So I hope you're encouraged. I hope you're challenged. Even for myself, as I'm speaking, I can think of a couple of people that I can also reach out to. So I'm excited to do that by the grace of God. So yeah, what do you think? So leave me a comment. One of the best ways would be to follow me on Instagram, joyinpurpose_, and send me a DM or leave me a comment on one of my posts that you would like to. But send me a DM and I would love to chat with you. I have communicated with people via email, via DMs. If I can be of help to you in any way, please let me know. Please share it with your friends and family who might benefit too. Remember, you are valuable and there's purpose within you. Don't forget to rate and review the Joy in Purpose podcast on your favorite platform. It really helps us grow. I am wishing you a wonderful day and definitely a prosperous new year. Peace.